This time on KEI Fabrication.
But this is Thompson International Raceway. This is one of the corners of the road course, and I'm heading into the pits. Hide all the women and children. Hide all the women and children. Hide all the women and children. All the grinding's done. Time to clean the garage. Well folks, I just came back from the scrapyard. So I ran up to the scrapyard. Well, we're up here at the junkyard. Well, we're back in the junkyard. Well folks, the prediction today was for rain. I took the trip out here because I checked radar and it looked like it was missing this region, but this is Thompson International Raceway. This is one of the corners of the road course, and I'm heading into the pits. So if radar looks good and it looks like it's going to stay dry, I'm going to go for it, and assuming I pass tech. If it looks like it's going to rain, I really don't want to run on a wet track. I just think the truck will be garbage on the wet track, so we'll play it by ear. I'm a little stressed out, no idea how the truck's going to run. Hopefully we can just have some fun. That's really the only reason why I'm here, is to rub shoulders with some other people and have fun, and get some seat time on this thing. Alright folks, we made it through tech. I actually went out on the track. I'm in the novice group, and they gave us a 20-minute practice session that had a pace car. It was a lot of fun already. The oil pressure and water temp, trans temp all seem to be behaving. The truck really sticks pretty well. It's almost second gear all the way around till you get to the straightaway, then I'll be shifting into drive. We'll see when the speed picks up if I stay in third gear the whole time. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get any footage. I'm hoping somebody might have some footage that I can borrow, or they can email me, so we'll try to figure it out. But neat session. So I highly recommend anybody that does the SCCA track days to come and experience it, try it with your own vehicle. It is pretty laid back. They are very serious about safety, but they're also very serious about letting you get out there and practicing your car and working on your consistency, and just get acclimated to how the vehicle performs on the track. So I already got stopped by the track crew, and they pulled and tugged on the ladder to make sure it was on the roof, but so far they haven't made me take it off. We'll see when I go to the lineup for the next run group, which is only like 5 minutes away. So I gotta put the camera away. I don't have a camera mount. I apologize for that, and we'll just go see if we can have some fun. Well folks, I had a little meltdown in the run group. About halfway through the session, about 10 minutes in, my power steering seal, the main shaft seal for the power steering, erupted. I'm quite certain it's because I was into the rev limiter in second gear at the end of some of the short straightaways. It does not like the high RPM. I didn't have a cooler on it. It blew the seal out, immediately saw some smoke. I pulled off the track, and I had to get pulled in by the tow truck because I didn't want to dump fluid anywhere on the track. So making a half-ditch effort trying to see if I can empty the pump of oil, and they have a parade lap session out here, which is just a bunch of slow laps. And even though I won't have power steering, if the pump will live for a little while, maybe I can go out and do some laps in third gear, nice low RPM, until I hear the pump screaming. So my first concern is to make sure that I'm not going to be a hazard to anyone, no smoke, and no dripping of oil. So I'm really trying to take the time to go through all kinds of cans of brake clean here to clean things off and make sure it's done puking, and not be a hazard or a problem to anybody else. But I have to tell you, this truck is fun and it is fast. I probably was second or third fastest in the run group. I lapped some cars. People had to point me by because I was coming up on them. I had Alright folks, I'm back out here kind of as a test session. This is parade laps where they allow ride-alongs and things. I'm actually running the power steering with no fluid in it, and I'm using this as a test session to make sure that there's no smoke, no oil leaking as a hazard to the other people on the track. So this is a run group that's really controlled. It's nice and slow, and it's a perfect opportunity to see if the power steering pump's going to live. My mission on my next run group, if I deem that the truck is safe and I'm not a hazard to others, is to just ensure I keep it in third gear, the RPM's nice and low, and just get my money's worth out of the track session here. So a lot of fun. I think I need to put a power steering cooler on and maybe invest in an AC Delco pump and go from there. So alright, I'm gonna put the camera away because the track officials are giving me a funny look, and I need two hands to turn this wheel. So we'll let you know how it all goes. Alright folks, I might be done for the night. I just got black flag because I'm smoking a little bit, and I was leaking a tiny bit of oil onto the header, but the big problem is the pump is out of oil and it's starting to heat itself up. I just put the temp gun on it and it was 280 degrees, and I got that burnt oil smell, so the pump is just plain old starting to overheat. So I got to figure out how to resolve that issue, because this is too much fun to not go out there and play. Well folks, I figured out how long you can run a power steering pump without fluid in it at track speeds, and apparently it's about 30 minutes. And the pump seized up, and the track crew was nice to bring back the parts that went flying off. Fortunately, it happened on the last lap of the last session, and you can see that the pump seized up. It spun the hub, kicked the belt off, and then I got it in just before it overheated. So I was able to drive it on the trailer, but just barely. So off to the parts store. Well folks, I have to say that was worth it. Even the laps I got in just before the power steering pump let go, well actually the seal ruptured, would have been worth it. And I was able to salvage the rest of the night. Lots of brake parts cleaner and wiping it down between sessions. The last session was a 20-minute session. I was taking it easy, but I was still just running at a lower RPM, but I was still muscling it around. And the last 3 laps, I was legging it down the straightaway. My trap speed at the end of the straightaway was approaching 120. Those Explorer brakes that are on the front and on the rear, man, that thing slowed down really, really well. The brakes never went out from under me. My intention with this truck is hopefully people would enjoy it and ask questions about it and just kind of do a what the kind of thing. And I have to say that the corner workers were giving me the thumbs up when I drove through. They came over to me after the event and telling me how much they liked it. They took pictures while it was on the track, threw the thing on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. That's rewarding to me, that people appreciate the truck. And I thank the SCCA officials here for letting me run and leave the ladder on, and they helped me out a lot. They let me go back out on the track, and they didn't have to do that, but as long as the truck wasn't smoking or leaking, then and I honestly, you have to trust me, I did my best to make sure it wouldn't put oil down or create any issues for anyone else. I made it all the way through the last session. I'm glad that I made the attempt. I completely destroyed the power steering pump. and the track crew brought it back to me. The belt and the pulley fell off as I lifted at the end of the longest straightaway, which is the highest trap speed, and he brought it back to me and he says, "Hey, you looking for this?" And he was laughing. He really liked the truck, and he was rather impressed with it, actually. So I have to tell you, the thing handled decent for junkyard tires. You saw me come back from the junkyard with those tires, and junkyard engine, transmission, wheels, and rear end, and I put it together and it lived, and I'm just really happy. I'm full of adrenaline right now, and I think the truck has a ton of potential. I have to solve the power steering issue. I'm going to put a high quality pump on it with a steel pulley rather than the composite pulley, and I will I'm going to put a power steering cooler in line. So but I was running through a lot of the course on second gear, and the thing went into rev limiter, and you know, at the entry to some of the corners. So, you know, I'm buzzing the thing to 5,800 RPM. That pump just didn't like it. So I've got to resolve that issue. I'm not sure how, but tomorrow I'm going to get a new power steering pump and pulley and belt. And I was hoping to drive it to work tomorrow, but I can't. I don't have enough time to stop at the parts store and get it fixed for tomorrow. So that's wrapping this thing up. I'm on my way to drive home. I'm going to call my wife and tell her I'm still alive and that I had fun. And I actually stayed here later. I'm almost the last one to leave because I was having a great time talking with the traffic officials and just thanking them for putting on a great event. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be doing more of this stuff. I obviously found a weak link, and we're just going to keep addressing those as they appear. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and search online. There's a track photographer. Hopefully there's some footage out there of me actually running the truck, not smoking, and not being towed by the tow truck. So if I find those, I'll post them as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to do another event at a different venue real soon.
Next time on KEI Fabrication.